You aren't working. Oh yeah, I am. Oh shit.
Um,
My little
there we
guy
go.
is
There we
dancing
go.
around.
There we go. I fixed it.
Excellent.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the greatest wrestling show ever to be broadcast on a Wednesday evening. Wrestling is silly. I am your host with a functioning microphone and the last bastion of the vaudeville show. I am Eden. Joining me is the short king of the long tangent, Zach. How are you doing on this fine evening?
I'm doing all right. Well, I mean, at least we got the technicalities out of the way quick.
Yeah, we're getting all the technical difficulties out now.
Getting them done early.
Yeah.
Get them done out of the way, and then it's a proper stream, and we don't have to worry about it.
That does imply that the rest of the show is going to go off without a hitch, and that puts a lot of pressure on me.
Well, now you've said that, you've jinxed it.
Fuck.
That was quite frankly, you couldn't possibly have said anything worse.
True. I can. Well, at least again, now you know that when it goes wrong, it's my fault.
Yeah.
I was just thinking as I pressed the big green button that says start streaming on it. It has been a long time since we did an episode of Wrestling Silly, and it was fucking light outside.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that's British winter for you, and British spring, and British autumn. So
I understand that is just sort of living in the UK, but I know the clocks have gone back, but it's like full on daylight while I'm streaming.
clocks have gone forward. You
the clocks have moved. The clocks have moved. Clocks shouldn't move. Clocks should be still.
Yeah.
But the clocks have moved.
Just be fucking GMT. Jesus H Christ.
Yeah.
What an archaic bullshit fucking system. You know what really grinds my gears?
Oh, we're doing real cutting edge comedy here on Wrestling It's
Yeah,
Silly.
I thought
Isn't
everyone would
daylight
love that.
savings time bad?
Yeah, I knew everyone would love that.
Yeah.
And there was a little Family Guy reference in there for everyone.
BS2, as I like to call it, bad sucky time.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking dab on that time zone.
You
Don't even know what fucking hit it.
you didn't see the dabbing, but I'm sure you heard the dabbing various
Yeah,
times.
oh no, I felt it. I
You felt
the
it
aura.
deep in your bones, of course.
I knew you'd done it. You didn't even need to tell me.
Yeah. That was
And we're also not in the same room before anybody starts trying to get clever in chat.
It was for the benefit of chat that I
Yeah.
elucidated, because I don't know if they can pick up on the dab vibes as well as you can. You've had a lot longer to pick up on those dab vibes.
That's true. It has been like, what, 13, 14 years?
Yeah,
I can work it out.
while.
Yeah.
You can tell when I'm dabbing, which is all the time when I make terrible jokes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like to let you sit in a bad joke so that you've got time to do the dab, and then we can all judge you for it.
Sometimes I make a joke that's so bad I know that it's bad, but that makes it loop back around to being good. That doesn't merit a dab. That merits a terrible little giggle.
Yeah.
I should start doing the dab and the little giggle at the same time. That'd be the best way to go.
Yeah, would it?
Yeah.
That what you think?
Terrible little giggle, big dab. This is how you know I've done good jokes.
Yeah.
Imagine if we did that on stage. Imagine.
I mean,
In the middle of a stand-up
if it was-
set, big dab.
if it was a good joke, like people would be laughing though, wouldn't they?
You'd hope, but sometimes did I say big dab? I did say big dab. Sometimes I go on stage and tell bad jokes and people laugh, and sometimes I go on stage and tell good jokes and nobody laughs. So there's really
Yeah.
no correlation between the goodness of the joke and the bigness of the laugh.
Yeah, that is true. And I mean, like people like Lee Evans, like people still laugh
That's a
at him.
career, yeah.
Yeah, and like it's not 14-year-olds who are buying the tickets. That's all I'm saying.
No, it's 14-year-olds dads.
Yeah, exactly. But still, over 50% of the audiences at his shows, when you account for 14-year-old per one dad, it's still over 50%. So
Yeah,
some of the
that's
dads
true,
have got
that's
to be
true.
laughing.
Some of the you would hope that at least one dad was laughing at a Lee Evans set that he'd bought a ticket to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, maybe he's just trying to make his 14-year-old happy. Though.
Maybe not trying to make him feel left out.
Yeah, it's like, ha 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 ha, yes, this is very funny, 14-year-old boy.
I am enjoying a comedy.
Yeah.
Got a good question from Neil in the chat. With a big dab, is that a greater incline on the dab, or do you inflate your arms to make them bigger? I wish I could inflate my arms on cue to make like a 6 foot dab across the room, but it's more like the enthusiasm where you whip your arms up. It's about
it's the force.
Oomph. It's the oomph.
Yeah.
How many newtons are in that dab?
Basically, a big dab is if Lee Evans did a dab. That's what we're getting at.
Well, like occasionally when a wacky wave inflatable arm flailing tube man will do a dab. You just they're
that's
always big dabs.
That's basically Lee Evans, though, isn't it?
True.
You've seen his fucking comedy.
Popeye could do a magnificent dab with arms like that.
I feel like if Popeye did a dab, he'd actually do some serious damage to his skull.
He'd biff himself in the face with his massive forearms.
Yeah, as someone who thinks that concussions are a bad thing, actually, I don't know if we should be encouraging Popeye dabbing, to be honest.
It's a controversial take in wrestling to think
yeah,
concussions are bad.
I know.
Oh,
I mean, to be honest, a lot of contact sports, that's like a pretty controversial take.
True. But here at Wrestling Silly, we have a concussion protocol and we stick to it.
Yeah.
And that concussion protocol
is nobody gets one.
That concussion protocol is please don't let Popeye do a big dab.
Yeah.
If Popeye concusses himself, is he strong or is he weak? I think he's strong because he's strong enough to give himself a concussion, and I think that means he's got to be strong because he's a strong guy.
Yeah, it's like his forearm.
It's forearms, yes.
Yeah, do you know what? That was one of those. Do you ever sometimes get it where you like saying a sentence and then you go to say a word and you're like, that doesn't. I don't know why, but that word suddenly doesn't sound right, and I was really confident.
I do often have to Google the word forearm to check which part of the arm it is.
Well, now come on, I'm not that bad.
No, I do. Because like, is it the bit before your elbow or is it the bit before your wrist?
How are we quantifying before though?
Well, also, exactly.
Before what? What direction are we looking at?
Before your elbow, from what direction of travel?
Yeah. So.
We've got.
Yeah, I don't know. I've lost the sentence. I'm sorry.
Another breakthrough. When Popeye laughs, he just says dab over and over again. Maybe that's because he knows he's not allowed to. So instead, when he tells a joke, he doesn't do a dab. He goes dab, 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 dab.
I'm going to be honest. I thought, to be fair, okay, right. I haven't watched Popeye in like 1 million pasquillion years. I always thought he did more of a yucking noise. Not a proper yuck.
Closer to like a Mr. Krabs. I realized in my head when I thought about Popeye laughing, I just did a Mr. Krabs laugh. Is that how Popeye laugh? Again, it's been a while since I watched a Popeye. Since I popped an eye.
The Mr. Krabs is more what I thought.
Yeah, and that's
that's more. I suppose I do hear a bit of a dab going on in there. I do get it.
It's too Valerie completely dependent on the subs. Well, that must have been a nightmare for the subtitles, talking about Popeye dabbing and then doing a Mr. Krabs laugh. Yeah,
you know what was? Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just verifying that yes, I am correct, and he does a big Mr. Krabs laugh.
Yeah.
But yes,
again, I haven't seen it in years, so I've got literally. No idea.
I'm working entirely off implication, off assumption that nobody in chat has corrected that. I think Mr. Krabs and Popeye have the same laugh. I think that makes sense for them to have the same laugh because I don't know, they're both. I mean,
probably not identical. I just feel like it would be similar.
See, they're the same person. Mr. Krabs, Jesus. You ever seen him in the same room?
No.
Then you can't deny that they might be the same person. I don't like your silence. Have you rejected?
Yeah, I mean,
rejected my concept outright.
I can't prove it, but I hate it. You know what I mean?
That's why he needs all the money to keep buying all the spinach.
Yeah, though I would argue that Mr. Krabs has really noodly forearms.
He does, but what if? Okay. Go with me. Popeye is Mr. Krabs in a person fursuit because what are those big forearms? They're his crab claws.
No.
And then he's holding onto little hands in his crab claws.
Oh no, I don't like where this has gone. Actually, I would quite like to not think about that.
He's going clippy clappy clippy clappy, and that's how you get the fingers to work. It's like you know that tiny those tiny hands that you put on your fingertips. He's got those, but in the end of his crab claws.
I hate that.
And then he just walks around on the surface going.
Yeah.
We should put Mr. Krabs and or Popeye in Wrestling is Silly.
I mean, to be totally honest, I don't know if the sliders in the character creator
The sliders are not powerful enough.
I just don't think they've got the basically. I don't think they've got the balls to allow us to put Popeye or Mr. Krabs in.
They do not have they are afraid of what would happen. I suppose we could do like Robin Williams Popeye because he didn't have giant tumorous forearms the same way the cartoon version did because Robin Williams is a normal human. But that's far less fun, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't know if it's accurate to the Popeye we all know and love.
It's not the Popeye that we want.
Yeah, I mean, we all watch Popeye on a very regular basis. Yeah. We've all definitely established. I just don't know. What's even the point?
Yeah, right.
You know
if you can't have real Popeye, we'll have any Popeye. Here's a fun question for all the pop heads out there. What what is the name of the bad guy in Popeye?
Isn't it Bluto?
I think you'll find it's Brutus. It is both Brutus and Bluto at the same time, and for like the first couple of years that he was out, they couldn't decide on his name, so they just marketed him as both.
What?
And it's one of the true like Mandela effects that's actually real. He is both Brutus and Bluto. I think they should have gone with Bluto because that's a funnier name that isn't a real name.
That's just some fucking bullshit, that, isn't it?
And
I feel like I can't help but feel like Brutus, just as a name, is so loaded, right? Like, if you're gonna have a character called Brutus, he had better be stabbing some motherfucker in the back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like Etu Brute. It's not Etu Bluto.
Right. Fucking exactly. I mean, or maybe it is. Maybe just the history books are all wrong. But like, fucking. It just no, that motherfucker. If you're gonna call a character Brutus, he's gotta be stabbing someone in the back.
Gotta be conniving.
Gotta be betrayed.
It's up there with like Judas. You don't call a guy Judas unless he's gonna betray someone.
Fucking exactly right. You don't sneak in a little history's top 10 anime betrayals name like that, and fucking then just have them be the normal ass villain. Like no. That motherfucker is Bluto because he has not earned Brutus.
He's just a silly little Bluto.
Yeah, fucking step off. You haven't earned
raise
kind of
off
name.
Bluto.
Yeah.
You'll never be Brutus.
Is his fucking last name Iscariot? Anyway. Yeah, no, I don't like it. That's really annoyed me.
What? Just a man called Brutus, or that he has two names?
I mean, all of it.
Like,
just that whole thing.
What's real fun is now that you know that, what you can do is if you Google Brutus Popeye or Bluto Popeye, you can find official merch with both names on it. So whatever somebody says to answer that question, you show them the other one and go, no, it was Bluto. Why would you call them Brutus? Or no, it was Brutus. Why would you call them Bluto? Either way, you can just completely fuck their mind with some Popeye guy.
Look, I'm going to be totally honest with you, Eden. I just don't think anybody is thinking about Popeye anymore. And I just don't... I actually think that what would happen is that...
People are a little older.
You would go... Would they? Or would they go, oh, do you know what? I could have sworn it was the other one, and then they would totally believe it because they haven't thought about Popeye in the last 30 years.
You can't just let me have this, can you?
I mean, I can. I am letting you have it. I'm not. I'm not going to do it. You could do it. That's the part I'm letting you have. But
thanks. I think.
Yeah. Well,
Should we do some wrestling?
Players. Right now, we were about to stream.
If we must.
I mean, we were about to stream, but we can wrestle if you want.
Yeah, we won't even cut the cameras. We'll just walk away from the mics, go have a quick wrestle, come back, and just give chat the highlights.
you got to sub to the Patreon to get the me and Ian pre-stream wrestle.
Yeah, that's part of the coffee membership. You get the exclusive wrestles.
Where I beat Eden's ass on a weekly basis.
Of course. I let you in.
Yeah.
You can't even.
Get a good hiya in there.
You can't even win a blood and guts match. What are you talking about?
I can't fucking believe that you just thrown that in my face.
Yeah, I just did. Well, don't worry. That'll come up again later, several times. You will have to address the situation.
No, I don't want to address things. Got enough addresses. My home address, thank you very much.
And your work address is just your home address again.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't even deal with having a work address, so I just work from home instead. So I still only have to have one. You can't make me have two addresses.
I didn't realize you were such a stickler when it came to addresses.
Yeah, I hate them.
They're the worst. They are truly the worst.
I don't know. Maybe I just like my own address too much. I don't want to cheat on my address. And only the one address for me. Thank you.
You're non-addressy.
Yeah. I don't know what this fucking bit is. I'm sorry. Sometimes you start a bit and then you just kind of you're like, well, I started now. I can't abandon my child. It's not good,
bit, but it's a bit for the sake of being a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, never say I was not committed to the bits that I put into the world. You know what I'm saying?
You are always committed, even to the bad bits that should be abandoned.
Yeah, which is probably a character flaw of mine, depending on who you talk to.
It's a character perk. I think you find it's perk. We'll always do a bit, even if the bit sucks.
Yeah. That reminds me of a fucking SCP. I can't remember the number, but it was basically just a fucking guy who they had no idea why he was there. And occasionally he would go insane, and people argue what his thing is because, like, obviously the sort of mystery was like they'd lost his information in like a fire or something, and he would never tell them why he was in there, and he just seemed like a pretty normal guy, except a bit quirky, you know what I mean? A bit like a human cartoon, and. Like, it's like people argue that his thing was commitment to the bit, and it's like, but no, he didn't. He didn't have bits.
It wasn't a bit. There was no bit.
Yeah, it's really complicated. You would have to read it, and I don't even know why I brought that up. When you start saying something,
you went into that so strong, and your confidence just dwindled so slowly throughout explaining this SCP.
Yeah, because I realised I couldn't remember the primary arguments, which is really what I'd gone in hoping to achieve. And yeah, I mean, look, okay, I'm not perfect, all right? Sometimes I forget where my point was going, and there is no, like, when you're in the middle of a sentence, there's no fuck go back button, okay? Like,
there is no fuck go back button.
Yeah, and I just, as a person, that is something I have to deal with on a very frequent basis. I'll start saying something and then I'll be like, I need to learn to just stop talking, I think.
Would you like a hand in stopping talking right now?
Well, I mean, I wasn't too embarrassed about that bit. That's just admitting a character flaw of mine. I'm happy to do that.
Well, I was going to use that to segue into the show that we're doing.
Oh yeah, we've got one of those.
We do have a show that we're doing, and we are
Yeah.
we are hurtling towards the 2nd year anniversary of doing this show, which is exciting. I've never done any show for 2 years on the trot before. This is fun.
That's pretty nuts.
Give us a fun fact about D&D. Oh, D&D. Okay. D&D's bad.
Oh yeah, I forgot we even have that.
My fun fact about D&D is D&D sucks.
I like how your fun fact, they're supposed to be like not true.
Well,
You
fine.
forgot the whole point of
I
your
did.
own goddamn
I did.
reward.
I did. Okay, let's have a totally true fact about D&D.
It's really good. The best. It
is-
best tabletop
Yeah,
RPG that's ever existed.
It is the best game, and the when you play D&D with your friends, you aren't enjoying the company of your friends. You're only enjoying it because you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and Wizards of the Coast is the best game manufacturer in the world, and no other tabletop game needs to exist really because you can do it all in D&D.
I find your hatred of D&D to be really funny. I'm not laughing right now, but I'll pencil it in. But I do genuinely find it quite funny how much you hate
It's
D&D.
just not very good.
I mean, it is depending on what you want, and what you want is not D&D.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I find so funny. Like, you just hate it because it makes you like do things like math, and you're like, no.
It's just...
Let me. The thing is, Eden, I'm going to be honest with you. Do you know why you hate D&D?
Why?
Is because you need to do math and you can't bullshit your way out of every fucking
See,
problem.
that's the thing. Like, it's a game built for combat, and combat is my least favorite thing about tabletop games.
Yeah. Unless you get to be a pirate, in which case then suddenly you're all for the combat. versus
even
just
then,
doing it.
like, only
Yeah,
if you let
yeah.
me like swing down from the crow's nest and do a backflip onto a guy's face.
Yeah, well, have you got the fucking acrobatics for that? You
See,
stupid
exactly.
cunt?
It's like, oh, you want to do cool shit? No, roll a 20 on this 20-sided dice. Only then you're allowed to do cool shit. You're allowed to stand there and stab. I'm not playing the wrong games because I'm playing weird indie tabletop games. I'm great. I'm happy playing weird indie tabletop games.
I would not say that the D&D system is great. It does not handle things that are not combat fantastically well.
It doesn't handle non-combat very well. And again, if you try and do something cool, the game incentivizes the GM to make that cool thing hard to do. Like, why would you do that?
I mean, I guess it kind of doesn't. It definitely has rules for everything, and I think depending on the kind of GM you are, that can be a good or a bad thing.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
It
and
is.
I haven't got my fucking D&D thesis written, so
Well, once you've ran a 10-game campaign of the RuneScape RPG, we can compare and contrast.
I think you're gonna fucking hate that. But we'll see.
We will find out soon enough. We will report
That's a
back once we've played it.
3d6 system, which is so wild.
I've never. Oh, that's new. I've never heard of a 3d6.
Oh no,
system before.
they've written a whole system for it.
wild
I know.
commitment to the bit.
And what's even weirder is it's one of those where low is good.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. Very, it will be strange because even in other systems I've played, low is not good.
No, I've never seen low is good because bigger numbers are better
Yeah.
numbers. That's how numbers work.
Yeah. Though I suppose one could argue, like, you know, when something is number one, it's not the lowest, is it?
No, you're right, but generally bigger numbers are better numbers unless we're playing golf, and only only dumbasses play golf.
Any people who want to ruin a good walk.
Yep. So wrestling.
Anyway, I think this might be the third time we've tried
This
to
is
get into wrestling.
this is. So we're gonna. I'm gonna barrel on through. Let's do some fucking wrestling is silly match content because we are like I said barreling towards the 2-year anniversary show, which is in 2 weeks' time. So this week sees the finals of both the gold and the black block of the Wrestling is Silly World Series, and then next week the two winners will fight each other to get that title shot against Amanda, the Wii Fit trainer. Our first match of this evening is which block is it? The Black Block final. The finals of the Black Block. It is Bayonetta versus Princess Peach. These two have crossed paths a fair few times before. Obviously once during the tournament previously. Who do you think is walking out of this with being one step closer to a shot at Amanda?
I think I'll probably go Peach.
Peach has had a real good showing recently. Obviously, she won her block. She won the block. But Bayonetta is a bit of a curveball. She's hard to predict. She's a curveball. I like her for that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you're right in thinking Peach.
I don't know. Do you know what? Sometimes I don't. I'm sorry. I'm the world's worst commentator because sometimes I don't actually have a reason for thinking the things that I do. It's vibes. And how does one describe a vibe? You just got the universe. The universe is sending me signals, and I just feel like the vibe right now is Peach.
Wow.
Maybe it's. Do you know? I feel like in an alternate timeline, I would have gotten really into astrology.
the
do you know what I mean?
The vibes. Maybe. The vibes.
Yeah, you know, like maybe Peach is Capricorn or something, and like it is absolutely Capricorn's time right now, and Bayonetta is a Scorpio, and you know they're not having a good time right now. Well, the vibes, the stars, they're all out of whack.
Well, let's see how accurate your vibes are. Let's go to the ring for our opening contest this evening. Wrestling is Silly. Your opening contest for this evening is the Black Block final of the Wrestling is Silly World Series. Making her way to the ring first, she is the current holder of the women's smiley case, hailing from the city of Deja Vu, weighing 253 pounds. Bayonetta. Fun fact about Bayonetta.
Is Bayonetta like a person, or is she like something else? Like, I mean, like a human person.
I think she's an angel or a demon or a witch. She's a witch. She's a witch.
Yeah. Okay. No. So I know the witch part, but I wasn't sure if that was like its own thing.
It's witch of species.
Yeah. Right. And like, I don't know. I've never been able to slow down time.
That's true. Maybe she is not human. I don't know. I don't know a lot about the Bayonetta franchise. And her opponent from the Mushroom Kingdom, weighing in at 150 pounds, Princess Peach. Fun fact about Bayonetta, her gun shoes are not actually part of her shoes, they're part of her feet, and the species that she is can just naturally fire bullets out of her heels.
Nice.
It's like that frog that breaks its own arm to use as a sword.
That must get quite knackering. If that's like a bodily process to make bullets.
maybe it's like burping. or like taking.
Yeah, but like the body would still have to like make something to expel quick, right?
Maybe it's like pooping and it's like food.
I was gonna say so like, you know, I've taken some pretty tiring shits before. Like I can't imagine with the amount of combat she needs to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. I think maybe she just eats like 5,000 calories a day.
Honestly, fair fucking play.
Oh, big spinning heel kick for Bayonetta with those bullet shoes. Princess getting right in Princess Peach's face. But as we see 15 minutes on the clock there, standard WS2 rules. If this match goes to a draw, then
is it going to be a triple threat again?
No. Well, if we haven't actually thought this through.
Surely it will be a quadruple threat.
If this match goes to a draw, are they both winners or are they both losers? Because if they're both winners, then these two and the winner of the other match both go to the finals. However, if they both lose, then the Gold Block final just becomes the Wrestling is Silly World Series final.
Okay, Eden.
Yes.
I answer your question with another question. Do you want to tell both of these women that they have lost?
I've already told them they got 15 minutes to win. So...
Yeah, but my point is, if they drew, would you want to go to them and say that they both lost?
And honestly, no.
Yeah,
I would make that a huge problem.
They both win because I'm not arguing with two bad bitches. What are you talking about?
True. One of these bad bitches currently hung upside down by the other, but the talented, the educated feet of Bayonetta easily untying herself from that tree of woe. But Princess Peach one step ahead, getting out of that front face lock, and just a single shot to the inner thigh. It's a dangerous place to be kicking. There's the big leg sweep.
Untying herself from that tree of woe.
Yeah, that being hung upside down is called being tied to the tree of woe. That is a wrestling thing. Peach with the cover.
Oh, wrestling is so gay, isn't it? That's too poetic. There's no way you're telling me a straight person came up with that.
Oh, and that's the royal way from Princess Peach. Gets the cover. Wow.
Fucking told ya.
Less than 3 minutes, Princess Peach. Here is your winner. And the winner of the Wrestling is Silly World Series Black Block, Princess Peach. The vibes most definitely were correct.
It's because Peach is a Capricorn. I'm fucking telling you, the stars, they were in her favor.
The stars were in her favor.
How am I doing on the astrology thing? Do you think that sounded good?
I think you could feasibly turn into being a astronomy content creator with
no, I feel like
moves
wait,
like
no,
that.
astronomy is the legit one.
Astrology, yes, you could become an astrology content creator. With
I'm gonna start
like this.
streaming, and I'm gonna be Detective Barry, but I'm gonna be like detective of the stars thing.
Celestial Detective Barry.
Yeah, that's the one. And I'm gonna get a beret.
You could do TikTok lives. TikTok lives is where you live.
Yeah. I'll get myself like a little beret, so I look real posh and shit.
Yeah, you gotta look posh and shit.
I'll just say the star signs, and I'll just like say a random vibe, and I'll say that the stars telling me that's the vibe I'm getting.
I got a hot question for you. Is Mercury in retrograde right now?
Oh, I mean that. No, that's too. No. All of the fake astrologers say that.
I see.
They all know that one. Yeah. If they say Mercury is in retrograde, they're a hack, and you shouldn't listen to them. But you should definitely listen to me and pay me to tell you that Scorpios, they're so in right now, but not for Bayonetta. They're going to be in tomorrow, or sometime
Thursday is a Scorpio day.
Yeah. But Wednesday was Capricorn Day.
Yeah.
As we can see from Peach, who is famously a Capricorn. I don't know why I said she was a Capricorn. It's the vibes again.
Because she's capricious.
yeah, that must be it. And because she's the goat. Oh my fucking god!
There it is. She's the goat.
Pulled out a fucking bag.
Real good.
Oh, I didn't dab, but just pretend I did. I can't be asked to dab.
Don't worry, I'll dab for you. Big dab.
Yeah. I'm absolutely nailing this astrology.
You really are.
Yeah.
And maybe you are the goat.
Yeah. I said I'm a fucking Scorpio.
You could be you can be Detective Barry the Astro Goat.
Yeah. Oh my god. If only I was a Capricorn, then that'd work so well.
Don't worry. Astrology is all lies. You can just lie about being a Capricorn.
Yeah, that is true. But then what if I accidentally say my birthday? I'm not a fantastic liar.
That's true.
I would just say my birthday, and then actually, do you know what? I could just say that. Well, I did some research into ancient astrology, and like the Capricorn has moved. All the star signs have moved. So like, the
star signs do move.
I actually think they have like the timings that we kind of currently use. I actually don't think that's when those star. So
there's
basically,
like
what I'll just fucking say is that I be a Capricorn if I was born well, I mean, when I was born, but if people had moved the star signs or something.
Yeah.
It don't have to be true. I don't know if it's true. I don't know when Capricorn is supposed to be now.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you when Capricorn
But
is.
do you know, the beauty of getting into astrology is it's all fucking lies. And who cares if I lie a bit more?
Yeah, I mean, what's one more lie in the pot of lies?
Yeah.
I think you could be if you were so inclined, you could be a convincing astrology grifter. You've got the vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a load of star signs changed the other year, and I think they introduced a new one. But yeah.
Yeah,
people
I'd
just don't-
heard that. I'd heard that there was like, I think 1 or 2 more.
Yeah,
And
because they're like,
well, that's pretty weird.
they've
and
just
then
carved in new
literally
they've put up new constellations. It's fine. They've put up a new the Hollow Earth got a new update to its Sky OS, and they patched in some new constellations.
The thing is, right, because it's not like a serious science or anything, the kind of people that liked star signs are like, well, I don't really want the new ones, and I don't really want to change my old one. So I'm just going to ignore that and stick with what they were, and, you know, nobody else cared. So
Yeah,
it's
like,
not,
I-
for all intents and purposes, it's not moved.
Well, I think like your star sign is the one that happened when you were born, right? So if the things drift, it's like well, if you were born today, you would be a Capricorn, the only star sign. And
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. My knowledge, actually, do you know, I probably could name all of the star signs if pressed. But at the minute, we've said Capricorn and Scorpio so much that that's basically all I can think of right now.
if you were born today, you'd be a Capricorn, but you were born 30 years ago, so you're a Aries. Yeah.
No, I was a Scorpio, you idiot.
No, I'm an Aries because my birthday
You're
was
an
last
Aries,
week.
all right? Yeah. Okay, well, we can't. Eden, our birthdays are like 6 months apart. We can't both be Capricorns 30 years ago.
I know. But shush, the stars moved a lot.
You're thinking of like Year of the fucking Dragon, dude. Like
I am.
the Chinese
zodiac,
calendar. Yeah.
Next match.
You're Year of the Dog, aren't you? I'm Year of the fucking Chicken.
I'm Year of the
Like,
Dog.
I
Year of the
quite
cock.
frankly, I would literally rather have been any other zodiac animal. Like that, all of them about. I really looked out and got the worst one.
You're telling me you don't
Don't
like
get-
being the Year of the Cock?
I just, you know, there's just basically of the 12 animals, there are 11 cooler animals.
What about Pig?
In that zodiac.
Pig's not.
I
Pig's
love
not good.
pigs, dude. Pigs are fucking great, dude. They're so smart. They're basically like fucking dogs, dude. They're like so smart and cute. They will fucking eat anything, and they're a bit rude, but you know, they're fucking.
just like dogs then.
That's fucking basic, yeah, right? Like that's. I already own a pig, and his name is Booker.
Yep, that's
Like-
true. That's true. Shall we go to our next match?
Yeah, suppose we are here for the wrestling. I just force people to listen to me chat shit.
We're staying.
That's basically all I'm here for.
We're staying in the women's division for the next match, as Misty is once again trying to impress her new mentor, love interest, Amor.
Let's say mentor for now. I don't know if it's our place to be putting labels on
Yeah.
the relationship.
Whatever their relationship is, Misty is out to impress her new mentor by going up against basically whoever will sign that contract. And we have a woman back from an extended period in the power plant in the performance center, Bridget, coming back to have another crack at that old wrestling thing, going up against
Bridget's
Misty.
cool.
We like Bridget. We love a bit of Bridget. This is a very, very queer match, and I'm here for it. Who you got your eye on?
All of them, because that's how watching a wrestling match works. Idiot. Sorry.
Could you now seriously answer my question? Could you not be a bitch?
No, I'm sorry. That is hard coded. I would have thought after 14 years you'd know that about me by now.
Yeah, but I thought you could pretend for chat.
Yeah, okay, I can. Chat doesn't know I'm a bitch yet. I've got to really pull my boots up and fucking pretend I'm not. So, Shit, what was the question?
Misty or Bridget?
Oh, yeah. We're doing a wrestling show.
We're doing a wrestling show.
I mean, I like Bridget.
I like Bridget
You
too.
know, I don't want there to be any accusations of fucking bias or anything.
Bias.
But, you know, I mean, she's pretty cool. To be fair, I've never fucking played the game, so maybe it's a bit of shit, but I don't know. I like her design. I like that she's got yo-yos. That's pretty cool.
Yo-yos are pretty cool.
And is she the one with the bear?
The yo-yo is a bear, and the bear is also a ghost.
Wait.
I think.
Wait, fucking what?
Yeah.
How can a yo-yo be a bear, dude?
Guilty Gear's weird. I think.
You think?
Yeah. It's like fighting games are all weird. Tekken's weird.
I've got some alarming news for you. If you were not sure that Guilty Gear is weird.
I mean, yeah, there's a guy. Yeah, I think her yo-yo is a bear that's also a ghost. I think that's. I think.
I'm
that's
going to be
right.
honest. I'm going to be really honest with you, Eden. I'm really hung up on the fact that this bear is also a yo-yo. I don't understand how those two things can be true about the same
things
thing.
can be two things. That.
Yeah, okay, things can be two things, but those. I don't know if those two things can coexist.
Well, sometimes a bear comes out the yo-yo and it goes.
Okay, like so, it's kind of like a Beyblade.
Yeah, but it's like a physical bear, not like a funky ghost. The bear,
Wait, what?
the bear is possessed by a ghost in a similar way to like the good old Freddy Five Bears, but the bear also lives in a yo-yo.
But okay, I don't mean to alarm anyone. So this might be shocking if everybody could just make sure they're sat down or lying down if they're particularly sensitive. But like bears are bigger than yo-yos though.
Magic yo-yo.
So where is it living?
Magic yo-yo. Nanotech bear. Well, I don't know. Could be both.
I think we should go down to the match because I'm never going to stop being baffled by this information.
Let's go down to the ring. This next match is scheduled for one fall with no time limit. Making your way to the ring first from Cerulean City, Kanto, weighing in at 131 pounds, being accompanied by Ursula Misty. You have less questions about Misty, who has a starfish that lives in a small ball. Maybe Pokeballs and Bridget's yo-yo are kind of the same thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Pokeballs are very small, and Misty's Pokemon are very big. Starmie is quite big. Starmie's quite big.
Yeah, I mean, okay, look. This is gonna, or every single piece of goodwill I have built up with chat, I'm about to lose by this one admittance that I just don't really care for Pokemon. I don't think about it in my day-to-day life.
Honestly, I try not to.
So, that's cool. I hadn't thought of that. But, so clearly I prefer Bridget.
And her opponent from somewhere in England, weighing in at 110 pounds, Bridget.
I'm going to be honest, I've got a thing for how ratty she looks. She just, I don't know, look at it.
Hoodie's a bit torn up, but...
Hoodie looks like she got it out of a fucking bin. And I'm going to be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of respect the hustle. Like,
yeah.
It takes some balls.
She's had that hoodie a long time now. It's shown its age.
Did I have a bad experience playing Pokemon Go? No, I didn't.
Pokemon Go is probably your only good experience with Pokemon.
No, to be fair, no. I really enjoyed
Let's Go.
Let's Go Eevee. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I've played Diamond. I played Soul Silver. But, like, I don't know, mate. I'm fucking 30. I just...
Again, like, I'm not huge into Pokemon. Like, Oh,
Do you know? Okay, do you know what fucking put me off Pokemon? Anybody else that plays it.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair assessment. It's fair assessment.
Because I played. To be honest, the reason actually, do you know what? The reason I don't care for Pokemon anymore is because when Sword and Shield came out, and literally everywhere you went, people were whinging and pissing about it, and it's like, ugh, just shut up, man. I hate you all, and it totally put me off.
People whinging and pissing about the Pokemon games is like that's Pokemon fans' favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Huge leap there from Misty.
And I just don't fucking care for it.
Yeah, no.
So
I'm gonna play games that I enjoy playing instead, and not play games that I dislike playing.
I know the thing is, I was never like as into Pokemon.
Yeah.
As like I am about other stuff. So like the fans are getting really pissy about Infinite Wealth and have been since it came out. And I'm more into Yakuza than I ever was into Pokemon, but even then it's like still like knackering me out. I'm like, you are just play something else. Stop whinging about it. What are you fucking Jesus H Christ.
Misfired that shotgun dropkick from Bridget. Bridget's been on fire at the beginning of this match. We had the air raid crash, we had the Lebel lock. Misty's trying to mount a comeback there. She's hearing you bad mouthing Pokemon. She's like, alright, I got to show up for Pokemon now.
Yeah. I feel like I can't actually see that full sentence from Neil, but I can't help but feel like it's going to be sass. Oh, it's sass.
That's a little bit of sass. A little bit of sass from the chat.
Okay, but my point was not whether or not I'm into it. It's just more,
Yeah.
People are being bitches about it.
People are being bitches about the game, game, and like.
There's nothing more off-putting about any piece of media than when the fans just fucking whinge and piss about it all the time.
They're not even like constructively criticizing it. It's just no, it's whinging and pissing.
Yeah.
Because it's not what you want.
God.
I'm just like, fuck off, shut up and fuck off then.
Yeah, like legit, right?
It is. I agree. It's really, really off-putting. Like you try and engage in a conversation about a game that you enjoy, and everyone's just like, no, it's not the thing I wanted. So fuck off.
Yeah, and like the thing, it's like, I don't know, dude. The stuff that you did like still exists. Go back and play that again.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It is not my fucking problem.
Yeah, for real. Bridget with the cover, Misty kicking out at 1 for the second time, and a huge clothesline sending Bridget over the top rope. Both these women got a lot to prove in this match. Bridget, of course, wants to come back on a high into the Manhattan drop. And Misty, of course, needs to prove that Ursula is having a positive effect on her. Ooh, Freya getting in the mix there. Dropkick avoided by Misty.
Friendly fire.
Oh. And guillotined off that top rope by Misty. Bridget not in a good state right now. And there's the X Factor from Misty. Misty with the cover. But Bridget getting the kick out. Yeah, constructive criticism is fine. But if you're just bitching because it's not the thing you wanted, then you're just being a twat and you're ruining everybody else's enjoyment.
No, like bitching is the kind of thing where somebody can be having a conversation about a totally different aspect of the game, and somebody will still feel the need to like put in and like have their little say about it. Fuck off,
snipping.
Dude.
You're being snippy.
You go for full like who fucking asked?
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
The monsoon splash from Misty, but Bridget's still kicking out. Monsoon splash, or should I say hydro pump splash? Pokemon. Misty hits the ropes. Oh, goes for the punt kick, but Bridget out of the way and hits the Hurricane Rana. Oh. Bridget went for the super kick, but Misty avoided, goes for the back elbow. Oh, low kick. Bridget goes for a run, and there's the loop with the Shining Wizard in the back of the neck. And now, horrible knee strike every time. And the Dragon Screw with the maintaining the cover, maintaining the grip on the ankle. Sorry. I hate that knee strike. It just looks so rough.
Yep.
Nope. Bear hug attempt from Misty, but countered directly into that just power slam from Bridget. Bridget's come back on fire. Bridget's got it. And now she's up she's up on the top. Misty's not looking a good spot. That leg should not be in that position, but she's urged to get to her feet from Bridget. Oh, flying DDT gets the cover. But still not enough to keep Misty down.
Oh, quite impressive, actually.
Yeah. From both women, quite impressive. Oh. Big, ugly jawbreaker from Misty there. And now she gets the gets the cover, and big, huge spiking DDT, throwing Bridget inside out, and now she's got something else planned. Super kick connects, gets the cover.
Damn.
And here is your winner, Misty. So that was very impressive fought by both women. I'm a big fan of this new aggression that we're seeing from Bridget. She seems to definitely finally be finding her swing, finding her action. But yeah, Misty, obviously that mentoring from Ursula, it's finally seeing
going somewhere.
Yeah, it's finally going somewhere. And of course, Misty's always had an affinity for the water types. Maybe that's why they came together so quick. But
maybe
even in defeat, I think Bridget looked quite strong there.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think she's quite ready. She might not be quite ready yet, but she's getting there.
We'll see.
We'll see. Well, we will indeed see. And now moving on to something very different. A couple of weeks ago, we saw a surprise changing of hands of a certain title here at Wrestling is Silly. The Wrestling is Silly mixed tag team champions sadly lost their belt to surprise entrants Len, who are now the new Wrestling is Silly mixed tag champions. This is called The Consequences of My Actions. And now Superman, he wanted to address the fans. Len are not here today. They're very busy. They're unfortunately
they've got a very current hip and happening music career to be dealing with.
They're in studios. They're on tour. They're on press junkets, and now they're carrying that belt with them. But Superman wanted to address the fans about that and about everything else. So let's go down to the ring to let Superman address the Wrestling Silly world.
Silly audience, I'd like to speak to you for a bit. Because you and me, we go way back. You've seen me at my very best as the world champion of the best wrestling company in the world. You saw me carry this company as I carried that belt, making that belt a prize worth carrying in the early days of this company. We've also seen me at my worst. You've seen that power, that prestige go to my head. I got greedy, I got complacent. And while I'd love to stand here and tell you it wasn't me, you know? Maybe it was Bizarro pretending to be me, or a mind-altering Ray from Lex Luthor, or a Gas from the Joker. But no, I made mistakes. I twisted into something I hated. Something that the League wouldn't have hesitated in taking down. And what's worse is I tried to take others down with me. Adam, Steve, Peter, if you're listening, if you're back there, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I got you embroiled in my downfall. I hope you can forgive me. And I hope all of you can forgive me too. I took some time. I rested and I recovered. And with my good friend Diana by my side, I feel like I'm finally ready. Finally back to my old self, which is why I'm here talking to you now. First and foremost, Len, we clearly underestimated you. I'm not going to stand here and tell you that you got a lucky win. You outplayed us. But rest assured, our paths will cross again. May you enjoy your reign with the mixed tag titles. Because once Diana and I are done with our respective business, we'll be back for the rematch. Secondly, and more pressing in the near future, I have a long-running rival in this company. who recently made a comeback. Goku, you and I have crossed paths twice already. By my count, we're one apiece. I defeated you to become the world champion, and you defeated me shortly after I lost it. Now, neither of us are embroiled in the title. We're both trying to make our comebacks. What do you say? On the 2nd anniversary of Wrestling is Silly, we finally get to find out once and for all the answer to the question that's been plaguing the internet for decades. No gimmicks, no belts, just the two of us. Goku versus Superman 3.
Now, I honestly was looking at the dropped frames as we were playing that, so I don't know how smoothly that actually went out into the chat. Let me know if you got a word of that.
I'm going to be honest, it was not great, and to add problems to that, I tried playing it on my end, and it said the format was not supported,
Well.
so I couldn't watch it either.
Interesting. So, Superman has called out Goku for Superman vs. Goku 3 at the 2nd anniversary of Wrestling is Silly, which, as I said, will take place in 2 weeks' time. And I'm real happy to see him coming back. He seems to have finally realized that he is a superhero and not a asshole.
Yeah. I mean, you know, in some franchises, you are both of those things.
Yes, but we don't live in The Boys. We don't have a Homelander. Apparently it has crashed the stream for Neil. I'll when I upload the VOD to YouTube after the fact, I'll upload the promo separately so you can watch it in its entirety. But the gist of it, Superman has challenged Goku to Superman vs. Goku 3. And they're just about to pass each other in the back, because up next is Goku versus Sub-Zero. Do you think Goku vs. Superman 3, do you think he'll accept that invitation? Goku has never been wanted to turn down a fight as far as I'm concerned. And like he said in the promo, they are one apiece, one win, one loss each. This will be the final, the best of 3 for all the beans in the bag.
I mean, it's for all the beans. How could he say no?
Right?
Goku is a famous beans fan.
He's a big old beanhead.
You know, as someone who's watched a lot of the Dragon Balls.
Yes. You're always dragging
I'm
your
always
balls.
talking. I'm sorry, I've just got such fat nuts. Jan needs to know about it. You know, yeah, like every week they're talking. Goku's talking about beans.
Yeah.
Basically, all he talks about.
He's fighting him. Fight some beans. Fight some beans. Fight some beans. That's the boy. It's Dragon Ball Z. Fight some beans.
Yeah. I wonder if there's anyone in chat who somehow knows less about Dragon Ball than me that thinks that is accurate. Yeah, I mean, you know, we all love all the beans. We all love having all of them. Even if we don't like the beans, we all want, you know, all the beans. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like he's got to say yes, hasn't he?
Before he gets to Superman, he's got to fight against Sub-Zero, and I'm not even going to bother getting who you think is going to win this, because I know your opinions on Sub-Zero. So let's just go down to the ring, shall we?
Yeah, you know my opinions on Sub-Zero. He's obviously going to win.
This next match is set for one fall with no time limit. Making his way to the ring first from the planet Vegeta, weighing in at 215 pounds, Goku.
Did you just say he's from the planet Vegeta?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
That's what that's what it's called.
No, but there's a guy.
Yeah.
That's a guy. That's the name of the dude.
He is Prince Vegeta. Prince of the planet Vegeta.
No. They can't. No. They weren't. That's some bone idol, right? And that is.
And all of the Saiyans are named after vegetables, except Vegeta, who is named after the vegetable.
Oh my god.
Because Goku's Saiyan name is Kakarot, which is just carrot. And his opponent from China, weighing in at 215 pounds, Sub-Zero. Ah, this is an absolute fucking banger of a theme tune.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's got to be because he's just a fucking guy, innit?
He is just a bloke.
Yeah, he's just a fucking dude. So
He's got ice powers, my guy.
It's just a little guy, dude.
You're just a little guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I have really good entrance music.
You do have really good entrance music, that's true.
Because otherwise, people are just gonna take one look at me and they're like, "Oh, what's that fucking little guy doing?"
Just a little guy.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, he's lost his way on the way to the fucking
Snacks.
yeah." They're like, "Oh, he needs to eat something."
Sub-Zero yet to have found his way in the men's division of wrestling. Is silly. He had a obviously brief run in the mixed tags, but the belts are far away from him.
Elsa did all right.
Yeah, the Frozen Throne went quite away. Got all the way to the final, and then were beaten by New Donk's Finest, a team that doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, that must sting.
Yeah, to be defeated by a team that didn't even last a year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit of a scowl on Goku.
Yeah, he's like, why the fuck are you putting me up against just a fucking guy, dude? He's like, I'm fucking Goku fighting Prince Vegeta of the planet Vegeta.
you find this new information very amusing, don't you?
I do, yeah. It's really tickled me. That would just be so unfortunate, though.
It would be like if Prince William was called Prince England.
It's just look, right, like people do have place names.
Yep.
Like, and that's fine, but usually they're not from that place. I think that's what gets me. Like, I don't know if I've ever met someone called London that was from London.
No.
That just seems a bit...
Usually London is an American name.
Yeah, it's American, or like, someone from London is called shit like Paris or India.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like...
Yeah. Neil's brought up often they would conceive that. I know Brooklyn Beckham is called Brooklyn Beckham because he was conceived in Brooklyn.
No. Oh, come on.
Oh.
That's child abuse. You should never, ever give your kids a name that makes them think about you having sex.
Yeah, never give your child a name that makes them think of you fucking. That is a bad move.
No.
I can say firsthand, bad move.
Dick fucking move, dude. I mean, I can't. Neither of my names were ever place names. So...
Yeah. Oh. Goku. Oh! Face buster there from Goku after a very brutal spinning heel kick. Sub-Zero, though, still brute forcing his way out.
Are you called Eden because you were conceived in the Garden of Eden?
Yeah.
And you're like one of the first humans?
I'm a celestial being, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose technically, if you believe Christian canon, we're all children of Adam and Eve or something.
Yep. We are all children of Eden.
Yeah.
You are.
You have got a lot of kids, man.
I do.
You should have been paying out much more child support.
don't tell the government. Sub-Zero with the snapmare into... Oh, just a boot to the face. Couldn't even hit him with a nice drop kick. No, boot to the face.
I can't believe they didn't even call him, like, Vegito. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know,
That's his favourite breakfast cereal.
Just make it a bit different. Come on, man.
Or Vegetus.
Yeah, I don't know.
The turkey dinner chants emanating from the crowd as Sub-Zero locked in that turkey dinner armbar, but... Oh. Spirit Bomb from Goku gets a very deep cover. Still not enough to keep Sub-Zero down, though. The Spirit Bomb, that put away Frieza and his brother Cooler. And that's Sub-Zero with... Yeah, Frieza... Dragon Ball Z have silly names. I'm introducing you to this world.
Yeah, no. Like I think I knew about Frieza. I thought you would.
Yeah, no, Frieza's got a
I'm
brother
gonna be
called
honest.
Cooler.
I thought you were just fucking up the name of Sub-Zero. I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
Oh.
My brain checked in halfway through that sentence.
The sit-out senton wasn't enough to keep Goku down. Like I said, he's taking out Frieza, he's taking out Cooler, he's taking out King Cold. He can take out Sub-Zero.
Yeah, he's had a remarkable amount of cold foes, actually.
Well, Frieza, Cooler, and King Cold are all the same species.
Yeah.
Just like the Saiyans are all vegetables, those are all cold things.
Wait, hang on. Does like every like alien species like have like a naming convention?
Maybe? I don't know. Flying Lariat off the springboard from Goku. I wonder if like Piccolo's got a brother called Flute or something.
And like all the Dragon Balls in chat. You need to be telling us.
All the ball heads. Speak
Yeah,
up.
no. They just call themselves the Balls.
Balls in chat.
Yeah.
It's the new My Pussy in Bio, my balls in chat. I'm gonna add that to the quote dictionary.
Fuck's sake. We're not going to remember it all what that was in reference to. Not that I will remember what that was in reference to.
That's what
like
makes
5
it
minutes ago.
fun.
Yeah, it's true. And I do say a lot of shit, so...
Is that how I add quotes? I think... Yeah, you don't want the
No.
context.
I don't think so. And don't you put like a fucking year or whatever?
I don't know. I forgot
Isn't
how
it-
my own quote
isn't
bot
it-
works.
Isn't it exclamation mark ad quote, I thought?
Or is it quote ad?
Oh,
There we go. It's quote ad.
yeah, there you
The new My Pussy in Bio, my balls in chat. So, balls in chat. Do all of the species have different themed names? Oh, beautiful
go.
tornado
I'm
hurricane.
gonna be totally honest, I'm not sure if we've got any balls in chat.
No, I don't think. I might be the only ball in chat, and I've only ever played the game, so never watched the show.
Yeah. I mean, there certainly seems to be themes, so I could extrapolate from there.
Oh. And Sub-Zero gets the shoulders hooked, and a big spinny Hurricane Rana. Gets the cover. It would be appalling if Goku lost to a fucking spinny Hurricane Rana.
Yeah, that would be a bit embarrassing.
But the deep freeze that he's trying to choke Goku out. And he's done it. Holy shit.
Well, damn.
The deep freeze choke has taken down Goku. Here is your winner, Sub-Zero.
I mean, I do enjoy it when just a little guy wins, you know what I mean?
Represent the just a little guy.
Yeah. He's just got real 5'4" energy, and I don't know how to explain it.
He does kind of have 5'4" energy. I get it. But Goku, that might affect how he responds to the challenge, but the challenge has been laid by Superman, and now Goku lost to Sub-Zero. We will keep you up to date as to whether or not he has accepted that challenge in the second half of the show. But for now, we're going to take a very, very brief break so that Zach can cut down some trees in RuneScape.
Joke's on you, I've been doing it the whole time.
I'm aware you kept your game activity active on Discord.
Oh, it's the occasional click and you ain't even noticed. Don't even worry about it.
We'll be back in 3 minutes' time. In the meantime, refill your glasses, empty your bladders, take your dog for a quick walk, log into RuneScape, feed your Neopets, they're all starving. But in the meantime, who is that Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon?
Wrestling is Silly. I hope you enjoyed your break. I hope you cut down a lot of trees in RuneScape. Oh, I really do hope you fed your Neopets. You haven't fed them in 10 years. They're all starving. And they've tried emailing you. They've tried texting you. You changed your number. Your Kyrie is in so much pain. I assume you have a
I
Kyrie.
feel like you were probably better off assuming something like a fucking Loop. I think Loop is the most popular. No, hang on, no, is it? People really like Akaras. Then I mean, they're not my personal fave, but people really like those.
Your Akaras are in so your Akaras haven't eaten a single square of free giant omelette in a decade.
Your Akaras are in shambles. Get your house in order.
All of your Akaras gone. Get your house in order. We are getting our house in order. We are more. Yeah. We are specifically getting the Wrestling is Silly World Series in order at the minute because we are about to find the second finalist. Who is going to join Princess Peach in the final? Will it be 2B or will it be Top Bei Fong? What is your immediate take on who's gonna join Peach in the final?
What is my immediate take?
What do the vibes say? What do the stars say?
I think they're telling me tough. I'm gonna be honest. I am partial to 2B. I like 2B. She's a spunky lass. I like her. So I want it to be her, but the stars are telling me tough. Booker, what do you want, man? What do you want in the hall? There's nothing out there for you. Just stay in here where it's comfy.
Let him be.
He's looking at me and whining as if some kind of heinous betrayal is occurring. But he could be on the sofa with me where it's comfy. Don't go that way, you idiot. Don't go that way. Round the other way.
Our dog is a big stupid dumbass. And he likes to make the world way more awkward for everybody else just so he can be a slight bit more comfy.
Oh, but he's not. He just wants to sit on the floor in the hall. He actually might want to come in with him. I'll let him through with you.
Yeah, let him come join me so that he can bark into the mic and make me look like I'm barking. His favourite thing to do. Make me look like I'm barking on stream. Hello, dog. Are you coming to be well behaved in here with me? 2B, Top Bei Fong. I think it's going to be a hell of a fucking match. These are two of our big martial arts ladies. They're both obviously Tough former champ, 2B first ever champ. It's quite a hard-hitting final, and I don't think either of these women have a good, easy time against Princess Peach. I gotta give it. I want to give the edge to 2B because I like 2B.
She's a spunky lass.
She's a spunky lass. Are you giving the edge to Tough?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, only one of us can be correct. Let's find out who as we go down.
It'll be me. I'm always correct.
To the ring.
I'm an astrology, you know.
You are an astrology. This next match is set for one fall with 15 minutes on the clock and is the gold block final of the Wrestling is Silly World Series. Making her way to the ring first from the moon, weighing at 328 pounds, 2B.
Are they actually on the moon in that thing?
They are on the moon. Yeah, the Yoho base is the moon.
Oh, I didn't realise it was the moon. I thought they were just on like a little. Well, do you know? I don't even think I realised it was a moon. I just thought it was like a space station or something.
No, they are on the moon. It's one of my favourite things. One of the first things to teach you about the game is, yeah, we start on the moon. We're on the moon.
Nice. I mean, why the hell not?
Yeah.
Treat yourself.
And her opponent from the Foggy Swamp in the Earth Kingdom, weighing in at 100 pounds, Top Bei Fong. This is the heaviest woman on the roster versus the lightest woman on the roster. It is a very interesting clash of abilities, clash of sizes, clash of styles.
You be heaviest, tough, lightest?
Yep. Tough is a child and 2B is a robot.
Yeah, she got lots of metal bits to keep it.
Yeah. Lots of metal bits and gyroscopes and hydraulics and other such engineering words.
Yeah.
But Toph has shown, like, even though she's small and young and inexperienced, she's not to be fucked with. She finds limits and passes them.
Yeah.
But then 2B is a machine built to eradicate, to exterminate. Spoilers.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough one to call.
She was. Yohara is secretly a wrestling. Like they build wrestlers.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yes, it is.
They're trying to build the perfect wrestler. You see.
They were trying to reinstate the territories, and the only territory that Vince McMahon hadn't taken over was the moon, which is why they were there. Oh, dropping Toph right on her coccyx. See, the moon, it all comes back.
Yeah.
And then off the middle rope, splashing just as Toph was getting onto all fours, so crunching her knees and her elbows with that splash. See, spunky lass.
Yeah. See.
I very much like that turn of phrase. Sounds like you're a Welshman from the 50s.
Yeah.
To be really, really locking in that armbar, really targeting the arms of Toph, but she uses that bandit crab, so it's very, very nimble.
She uses the crab. I didn't realize we were allowing weapons.
She uses the bandit crab, her finishing move.
Oh, that's way less fun than the idea she brings a crab bandit into the ring.
Maybe we should allow more crabs in Wrestling Is Silly, because like we know
honestly,
which man's got a crab.
I feel like if there was something wrong with crabs, then evolution would stop trying to make them.
Yeah, crabs are just the perfect life form.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if everybody could just have like a pocket crab.
I'd love a pocket crab.
Right.
Get a little friend, little pinchy friend.
Yeah.
Shotgun dropkick from 2B on the outside though. Toph trying to fight back, but getting overpowered by 2B.
No, it's the gyroscopes
And the hydraulics.
and the hydraulics.
And the other engineering words that are inside her.
Yeah.
But if Toph can utilize the speed that she's doing now with the pump handle gutbuster.
I'm sure there's motors in there.
Yeah, probably definitely a cog, a gear or two.
Yeah.
And another pump handle gutbuster. It takes a lot of strength to lift a woman 3 times your size like that.
Yeah.
But Toph's used to lifting boulders, so belly to belly overhead. Toph nearly colliding with the foot of that steel barricade. That could have been ugly had that connected.
I don't know why, but the fact it's called a belly to belly kind of tickles me. Like, you may as well just fucking call it a tummy to tummy. Like, it's just so...
it's a tummy to tummy tumble. And the hip attack from 2B gets the cover. Yeah, the fact that it's not like a stomach to stomach or even a gut to gut, but no, a belly to belly.
Yeah, I feel like a gut to gut is what I would expect wrestlers to call it.
A gut to gut buster. Oh, 2B has locked in the late game spoilers, a lethal chokehold, but Toph Bei Fong expertly getting away out of it. It's a tummy to tummy tumble.
Yeah.
And now 2B back in control after... Oh, no, Toph wriggling out the back door and hitting the reverse DDT. And she wants 2B on her feet, but what's Toph got in the bag? Brutally grabbing her by the hair, throwing her across the ring, getting the deep cover. 2B, they're not taking that lying the fuck down. A 1 count from 2B. And now, Toph really deftly lifting up 2B, getting the electric chair drop and going through into the bandit crab. Can she turn all the way over? Not quite, but She's really wrenching the back, the legs, the arms, the everything. 2B in a fucking pretzel right now. But will she tap? Can she tap? No.
I was gonna say, I don't think she could even tap if she wanted to. Toph had hold of both of her arms.
Yeah. Oh, that was a brutal sounding suplex from 2B. And there's the code breaker. 2B, they're not seemingly in any rush to get a cover, allowing Toph to almost get up to her feet. Toph rolling out of the stump, but into a brutal takedown. Brutal single leg. Oh, avoiding the shotgun dropkick, getting a dropkick in of her own. We're down to the last 10 minutes. 5 minutes gone on the timer. And once again, Toph gut buster. And she goes up to the top rope. And 450 splash. Beautifully done. And I think she's going to go for that bandit crab again. No, instead going for the boulder driver. Oh, all 300 some pounds of 2B crushing, compacting her neck. And I don't think her neck is a good crumple zone. But Toph gets the cover. And gets the win.
See, I told you.
Here is your winner. And the winner of the gold block. Toph Beifong. You called it. The signs were there. The vibes were right.
Yeah.
Well done you, and well done, Toph.
I'm always right. It's a curse.
You are indeed. Cursed with correctness, cursed with perfection, and cursed with, well, what this next match on the card is the fallout of. Let me just mark Toph as the winner. So your finals of the Wrestling City World Series: Toph Beifong versus Princess Peach. The winner will take on Amanda, the Wii Fit trainer, at the anniversary show in 2 weeks' time. But let's go from 2 weeks' time to 2 weeks in the past. Let's talk about Blood and Guts. Bit of a sore subject for you, Zach, but we are going to have to acknowledge it.
Yes.
So do you want to talk us through what happened at Blood and Guts, now that you've had a couple of weeks to process it, shall we say?
We lost because I don't know, somehow they cheated.
Well, you've insisted that Astarion isn't allowed back in the building.
Yeah, well, you know.
And the rules of Blood and Guts really does kind of eliminate cheating as a concept, but
yeah, no, but the vibes though, they tell me I'm getting the vibes that they cheated.
But as it stands, because of the stakes that Matt put down, he said that it was his creative control against the Flippy Shit division as a concept, and Darth Maul now is in control of the Flippy Shit division. I don't think you're. It's needless to say you're not best pleased about this.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I still don't think I've processed it. 2 weeks later, it's been very difficult creatively to let Matt go.
Yeah, it's been really rough.
And I've been kind of thinking about it, been chatting with the other people that were on our team, especially Wallace. Big up Team Shredded Cheese.
Big up Team Shredded Cheese.
And we've been thinking about ways that we can possibly remedy this. Because I'm not ready for. I know that we said, you know, we'll do Blood and Guts and all that stuff, and that'll be the end of it. And I just don't think I'm ready for that to be it yet.
So It does seem like you're formulating some sort of plan. Seems like the wrong word, but you're formulating some sort of thing, some sort of next move.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we have got the anniversary show coming up, and I do know that you know, Astarion, I fired him, and he hasn't been allowed back in the building since. And I know that has upset Rue somewhat. So I am thinking that maybe for all the beans, you know how everybody loves the beans.
Everyone loves the beans.
Let's bring that back. You know, if Rue agreed to fight me at the anniversary show. And we'll do it for all the beans. This will be it. I won't pussy out and be like, I'll do something else. For all the beans, me versus Rue, fight at the anniversary show. And if Rue wins, I will leave the Flippy Ship division alone forever. If I win, it goes.
And so if I get this correctly, because that's a big challenge that you've just put down there. But are you saying you will give Astarion his job back if Rue agrees to the match?
Well, okay, so I hadn't actually said that yet, but that is my leverage. I will, regardless of the outcome of the fight at the anniversary show, I will allow Astarion to have his job back if Rue agrees to that fight.
Interesting. I wasn't expecting you to lay it all down here. I was willing to give you time next week, but I suppose we'll forward that on to Rue and see what he says. Rue's about to enter the ring, so he's a little bit busy. Can't answer straight away.
It gives him time to think about it.
Does give him time to think about it, because he is up next. Rue versus Wallace, your good friend, the other half of Shredded Cheese.
Other half Shredded Cheese. Confidant.
In a Darth Maul rules Flippy Shit division match.
Ugh.
That means no disqualifications, no ring outs, anything goes. I even heard them talking about fire. So
Yeah.
we're firmly in the Darth Maul reign of terror in the Flippy Shit division. So maybe, depending on how this match goes, maybe Rue might suddenly change of heart and want to join you. Let's see how this match goes, shall we? Because again, if the Darth Maul reign of terror is not one that Rue wants to be part of, maybe he'll just get in the ring and lie down for you. Let's go down to the ring. This next match is set for one fall and is a Darth Maul rules match. Anything goes. On the way to the ring first, from twitch.tv/Frubin, weighing in at just over 500 followers, your tiny teal dream boy, Rue. I think I'm impressed that Darth Maul isn't coming down with him and just declaring this a 2-on-1. Because that seems the kind of move that he would make to ensure that, you know, he and his guy get the win. Because again, I'm trying not to take sides in this whole affair. I mean, naturally, I gravitate towards one side than the other, but he really is, like, as soon as he won that match, he was backstage talking about, you know, this is it. I can finally do it my way now. And he was, you know, all bets were off with anyone that ever associated with you or with Matt or with us.
Yeah.
And I think this is him trying to make an example out of this man.
Yeah, I think it is.
And his opponent from a lovely town in northern England, weighing in at 212 pounds of clay you can't buy anymore, Wallace. Wallace put up one hell of a showing at Blood and Guts. absolute standout of Team Wrestling Silly, I must say. Not that any of you were bad, but I think I was most surprised by Wallace's performance. Obviously, I've seen you and Matt training week on week to prepare, but Wallace never struck me as... Obviously, there was that thing with the Mac and Cheese Man where he threw him off a ladder neck first, but he never struck me as a really violent guy. But he was swinging tables and chairs and stop signs hither and yon in Blood and Guts.
I mean, I feel like all bets are off in a Blood and Guts match, right?
True.
Like,
of course, you and Matt, great job between you. You had each other's backs every second of that match the moment you were in there.
of course.
And Gus rings the bell. Root getting the early offense with the... Oh no, Wallace expertly slipping out the back door, getting the chop block to get Rue down, and a big lariat taking him out. And now this is obviously I don't know how Wallace took. Obviously, you're a lot closer with Wallace than I am. I don't know how he took the outcome of Blood and Guts. He was less attached to the stakes and more was doing it for his partner in cheese.
I mean, I don't know if anybody takes a loss well when it's not your fault.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, I always think that's the hardest kind of loss, because when you fight yourself and you take the L, if you're assuming no shenanigans, obviously, if you're
Crucifix bomb, but only a one count.
One. If you're a good loser, as it were, you can kind of take it on the chin and go, yeah, do you know what? Fine. Yeah,
you live and learn.
Yeah, but in Blood and Guts, it was almost like we literally took our eyes off Astarion and Miles
Spider-Man.
for 1 second, and then it was over. Like, literally everybody else was in the other ring, and yeah, I don't know. That was hard. That was hard to accept that had happened. I don't think anybody was ready to. I don't think anybody was ready for it to end yet.
So how have you been? How has this affected like you and Spider-Man's relationship?
I have not spoken to him since. It's not been great. Not between me and him anyway. I don't know about the others. I haven't asked because quite frankly I haven't wanted to. I just at the minute it's one of those things where I just know that I'm not going to be level-headed, and I'm therefore not going to put myself in a position for it.
I mean that's a very emotionally responsible move, it's a very intelligent move from you. The last thing I want you to do is, fire Spider-Man on a whim.
Yeah, no, I would never do anything that emotionally responsible, would I?
Oh, Wallace thrown.
That would be very out of character for me.
Wallace thrown to the outside by Rue. He's not quite sure what he wants to do. He hits the ropes and dives through Tope Suicida right to Wallace's face. Chance of this is awesome, emanating from the crowd. And Wallace returning to grab that kendo stick. It's not his usual mechanical fare, but he's making as best a job as he can. Oh, this is a bad place to be. Rue, a pile driver onto the floor. That could knock a man out, but Wallace now tying Rue in a knot on the outside there. And Wallace now returning Rue to the inside. Like I said, anything goes, but the fight must end in the ring. This is not a falls count anywhere match. Kendo stick cracked across the head. Oh, but he dodges the third strike and hits the Cotil. Gets the cover. Just a 2 count though. And now Rue back on his feet, hits a crucifix bomb once again, but does not hold the cover. Nope. Lock up, but avoided by Wallace. Wallace hitting the wrong trousers. Deep, deep cover. I thought that was going to be it. The wrong trousers is one of the strongest pinfalls that we have in wrestling. Is silly. It's very hard to kick out of a wrong trousers. And now that kendo stick shattered across the rib cage of Rue. But Rue now getting a sledgehammer. This could be real dangerous for whoever feels the tail end of that. Wallace, oh, he thought about it and he did end up going back for that sledgehammer. And oh, that could shatter a rib, that could. And oh, Rue managing to avoid it contacting his spine, but now 3 times it's got him right in the rib cage. And there's the beautiful drop kick. And the jawbreaker. And a DDT just for good measure. Rue is taking this weapon assault really, really well. Oh, blockbuster attempted but avoided by Wallace. That could have shut Wallace down. But again, Wallace going back to that sledgehammer. Rue probably regretting introducing that into play. And that big lariat takes him down. Wallace, of course, having the size advantage over Rue. And the strength advantage as well. Jawbreaker from Rue takes down Wallace. Catches him by surprise.
Hammer.
Yeah, right on the hammer as well. Oh. Headlock takeover right into a grounded headlock. Wallace barely managing to throw him off. Oh, maybe playing possum though. And once again goes up, goes back down, wrong trousers. Rue's head colliding with the sledgehammer. Gets the cover. Oh, that was very close. But Rue does not look like he's on this planet right about now. But he responds maybe on reflex. Wallace backed into a corner, having his arm wrenched by Rue. And now Rue bouncing off the top rope. Deep arm drag. Wallace having to roll to the outside to maintain some sort of composure. Rue following through, just hitting him right in the arse with that sledgehammer. That is... It's not where sledgehammers go. And now targeting the ankle. Oh, but a big running knee takes down Rue and makes him drop that sledgehammer. That's revenge for hitting him in the arse. Never hit a man in the arse with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, that's pretty rude, to be totally honest.
Yeah. Can't believe this. Everyone tweet at Rue, why did you hit a man in the arse with a sledgehammer?
Yeah.
And now Wallace back in control. He's got, the third one in the tank. Wrong trousers. A deep cut. This has got to be it for Rue. No.
Blimey.
I mean, he's a
tenacious lad.
Yeah. I mean, I know you and him aren't seeing eye to eye at the minute, but you got to celebrate his tenacity.
Oh yeah, but I respect the hustle.
But to get sledgehammer to the neck, to the back, that's going to slow him down. Oh. What? He rolls out of the way. And, just single right hand. And then using Wallace's weight as momentum to throw him. Driving him face first into the mat with that short stop DDT. You see Wallace was trying to get away, but Rue hitting the crucifix bomb once again. And now Rue slowly getting Wallace to his feet. Hitting another jawbreaker. Brutal jawbreakers these are. And the snap suplex. Wallace trying to get the breath, but maybe playing possum, avoiding the sledgehammer shot, hitting the drop toe hold. Wallace now in control. Oh, right on the sternum. That can cause some real damage. Oof. Rue snap suplex on the outside. This is where the real damage is taken. These weapon shots are bad, but your whole body colliding with what is basically raw concrete on that outside, that is rough. And the Hurricane Rana as well. That whipping momentum. Rue looking for more to play with. He goes for the ladder. And he's bridging that ladder on the Spanish commentary table.
That looks safe.
Definitely.
I'm sure that meets health and safety
That'll
requirements.
hold. But now Rue just driving that sledgehammer into Wallace over and over. I'm amazed Wallace could get up and hit that rising knee. But this hammer has done so much damage to both competitors. I'm amazed it's not broken. I'm amazed it's in one piece. Nope. Rue avoids and hits the code teal once again. Wallace's head colliding with that barricade. Rue now gets the waistlock, big German suplex. And the run-up hits the knee to the side of the head. That ladder bridge very precariously placed. Again, no tapping out on the outside. This is all just trying to wear down the one half of shredded cheese. Jackie, you never go for the tag belts? Team shredded cheese?
Maybe. I mean, it might be a bit fun. I don't know if I would want to go for it,
right now.
When the boys hold the title. Maybe not.
Speaking of, next up we have one of your boys in action. Oh!
Yeah.
One of your boys in action against a potential contender for that tag title.
Ooh. Exciting.
A team that has been rising in the ranks. And is now ranked first in the tag team rankings.
Oh shit.
Running knee strike avoided by Wallace, throwing Rue into the barricade there, getting right in the face of the front row. And again, going back to the hammer. Oh, that was right on the elbow. Holy shit, Wallace. These two are relentless with that hammer. Oh, Rue getting it out of Wallace's hands, throwing him back into the ring. Again, I can't help but notice that very precariously placed ladder bridge. Oh. Elbow and a second one. Wallace bounces out of the corner. Big lariat into a bulldog. Beautiful combination of strikes from Wallace. And a quick in and out, keep his heart rate up. But I think Rue has been busted open. Wallace is looking at ending it. Ducks under. No! Rue with the lariat shutting down Wallace. And now, Rue just fingers in the nose, just wrenching up, maybe trying to pull his little plasticine nose off. Rue once again looking for a new toy. He's found a baseball bat, but instantly deciding against it as he sees Wallace in the corner, sorry. The crowd chanting they want tables. Which I'll be honest, one of the most annoying wrestling chants is we want tables. Like, what is annoying, but we want tables is worse. Beautiful tornado DDT from Rue, and he's up in the top corner. Is he going to hit that rune salt? It's a long way to dive. No, the Swanton bomb instead. Holy shit. Didn't know he had it in him. And now he's on that side. Can he hit the blockbuster? No! The depth perception was off. I think being bust open, he had the blood in his eyes, and that seems to have knocked off his depth perception. Unable to hit that springboard blockbuster. And now the baseball bat is in the hands of Wallace. Oh, Rue just
or it was
throwing his entire body at Wallace to try and get him to drop it.
Look, Rue's a little man. He needs to throw all of his body weight, or he's not
Yeah.
going to do anything.
Got to get the advantage where he can, and the flying armbar
Yeah.
might have just put things in his favor.
It's just fine. I'm also a little man. I also need to like throw my whole ass body at people.
Wallace with the opportunity cover, though. Wow.
Well, damn.
Well, damn.
Big up my boy.
Here is your winner, Wallace.
Never doubted him for a second. I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
So your boy, your other half of shredded cheese, that ladder bridge going completely unused. Gus is looking at it like, well, I've got to clean that up now.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel
It was just ominously there. It was all part of the mind game.
yeah, it was all
'Cause,
psychology.
you know, yeah, of course, wrestling is physical. You know, it is sports entertainment, but you know, it's also a bit of mind games, a bit of psychological warfare.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And I mean, it was Rue that set up the bridge, but it was Wallace that avoided going through it,
Yeah, you know.
which is impressive. An impressive showing from both men, of course.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah.
of a showing. But it was your boy Shredded Cheese that came out in the end.
Yeah.
Cheese for everyone. Yes, cheese all round.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you know how in movies people go into bars and go drinks all round? If you walked into a bar and went cheese all round, would people be as pleased? Do you think?
I mean, no, but then I don't know if that is a fair comparison, right? Like, if I went to a cheese factory and said beer for everyone,
Beer for everyone.
versus if I went to a cheese factory and said cheese for everyone, I feel like the beer would probably get less fanfare.
True,
because
true.
like people they're not there for the beer, they're there for cheese.
That is
Now, don't
true.
get me wrong, I feel like beer would do better in a cheese factory than cheese would do in a pub. But you know, you get my point.
I do get your point. But I don't know. I think there's a place for a good charcuterie board in a pub.
Yeah, I mean there is definitely. I mean I think there's room for cheese everywhere.
Yep.
I just think
We should have cheese after this.
every establishment would be made better if they would also sell me a little cheese board.
Maybe
Just been to the gym, like
cheese
buy
board.
myself a little cheese board for after. Just make it like high protein cheese.
High protein cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be down. But I'm sure people are down for that.
People would fucking love that. I
yeah.
mean, not the like massive gym buffs, but just like, you know, the people that go to like get a bit fitter.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, you middle-aged people and me, because I'm not middle-aged yet.
No. By the time we get to middle age won't be middle aged anymore because people will live to 150.
Yeah, that'd be nice. If we could be middle-aged at 75, that'd be pretty nice, right?
With baller,
That'd be pretty crazy.
yeah. Should we go to our next match?
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause-
we probably should. I feel like we're probably running behind. I haven't looked at the time, but I feel like we're probably running behind.
It's coming up 9 o'clock. We've got 2 matches left. We can still do this.
Okay. Yeah, we can't, but go on.
Our next
I like your enthusiasm.
Our next match puts one half of the Wrestling is Silly Tag Team Champions Majima against one half of the number 1 ranked tag team Deity Dogs, Doug Ziggler. Now, Majima has said he is scoping out the competition. Curious, I've not seen Kiryu since the last time we had a match, which was Blood and Guts.
Yeah.
I've not seen him around at all today. I don't know.
He's busy. He's doing things. He's a busy guy.
I mean, I'm sure he is. I'm not saying there's any mark against him. But...
Lots of people rely on him, and look, he can't help it when things come up.
That's true. That's true. He's got an insatiable need to help everybody and solve everybody's problems.
Yeah.
And I feel that.
I mean, you know, has anybody looked into whether or not there was an explosion at the fucking Millennium Tower?
Yeah. Someone check on the roof of the Millennium Tower. Maybe he's having a shirtless brawl with an old man.
Yeah.
But
We should have a shirtless brawl with me, am I right? Fucking fellow gays.
But it's almost as if because Kiryu is managing both the world tag and the world tag and the world title. Majima is kind of playing. He's managing the tag belts on his own, it seems, because he's the one that's surveying the field. He is the one that's keeping a track of the rankings, and he is the one that has said the Deity Dogs are going to be facing the Fight Boyfriends for the tag titles at the anniversary show. I don't even think he's ran that past Kiryu yet, but they've got to pass this test first. He said they've got to. They don't even. Doug doesn't even necessarily have to win. He just has to impress Majima, and I don't know what that might mean, because that man, I'm sure, has some machinations going on in his head. Maybe you'll be able to identify them. But Doug just has to impress Majima.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he'll win? Do you reckon he'll take the win?
I think that if anybody's got a chance right now, it's them, right?
Yeah, I mean, they've got all the momentum in the world, but this is a singles match and not a tag match. Doug is not as much used to singles as he is tag. I think it's going to be a tight one, but I think there's only one way to find out where this is going to go. Let's go down to the ring. This next match is set for one fall with no time limit. Making his way to the ring first from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 230 pounds. He is one half of the Wrestling is Silly World Tag Team Champions, the Mad Dog of Shimano, Majima Goro. Why have you still got the case? You don't have that case anymore. Did you tell him that he's not allowed the case?
Look, okay, are you going to argue with that man?
No. It's very hard to argue with him. He just doesn't. He won't even like approach conversation. But he did cash in. I think he might be able to persuade. He's trying to persuade people to forget he cashed it in, perhaps.
Maybe.
But either way, he did cash that in. He does not have that smiley case anymore. But he does in fact have that beautiful gold belt around his waist. Which, hey, maybe if there's new champs, we might see a new belt. Only time will tell. And his opponent from Hollywood, Florida, Doug Ziggler. Nice to see God coming out with Doug. Again, no Kiryu coming out with Majima.
Again, I'm telling you, check the top of the Millennium Tower.
Yeah, maybe you're right. You're probably right. But I gotta say, my ball is in my ball is in Doug's court for this one, which is not how the metaphor goes. But I want Doug to win this. I want Doug to win, and honestly, I'd quite like the Deity Dogs to finally get a tag title run. I think they deserve it. There's the belt. Majima, oh, running straight into a German suplex from Doug. And the big boot right to the face. Doug firing on all cylinders with 3 elbow drops. And, ooh. There's the neck breaker. God, Doug has the power of God and anime on his side right now because he is all on. And Majima hardly able to get any offense in so far. Oh. There's the octopus hold, and they're wrenching the leg as well. Really, see, I've been put in an octopus hold since the last time we saw an octopus hold. And I didn't really appreciate how much it fucking hurt getting put in an octopus hold. It really does stretch you out in a way that you don't expect it. It doesn't look like it hurts. Ooh, boy, does it hurt.
To be honest, I think that about a lot of wrestling moves, though. Like, I think when people, like, they're like, oh, you know, fucking wrestling is all fake and shit like that. But, like, I don't think people realize that it still kind of hurts. Like,
Yes.
it's not, you know, it's not a freebie.
Wrestling may be, like, you know, scripted, but that doesn't mean people throwing themselves at the ground aren't throwing themselves at the ground.
Yeah. You know, it's like fucking when you were showing me your finisher and like actually put me in it. That shit still hurt. Like I've figured out I've got muscles that I had literally never worked in my. Oh my fucking god! Ugh.
The springboard Phoenix Splash does not hit its target. I'm surprised Majima can get up from that. And yeah, my finisher, kind of brutal.
That was not a pleasant noise.
It was not a pleasant noise at all. Doug returning Majima to the ring, getting back in himself. Oh, quick snapmare from Majima. Oh, a moonsault avoided by Doug. Doug has Majima's number every step of the way so far. And there's the X Factor. Doug with the quick cover. Just a one from the champ there. And yeah, I think a lot of submission moves do fall into that category of moves that don't look like they hurt, but they actually do. Bodies don't traditionally move in that way, so when you get tied up in a knot like that, it's owie time.
They do look a bit funny though.
Speaking of owie time, speaking of submission holds, that is the essence of choking that Doug has Majima in. That would have been real. That would have been a real way to impress him, I think. Get him in his own finisher and tap, make him tap.
Yeah.
Oh, but the snake eyes from Majima evening the odds. Their submission moves, like you were saying, they do look a bit silly. They don't look like they hurt, but unless you're like one of those really flexible yoga Pilates guys, they hurt. You're not used to being bent like that.
You would have to be. You would have to be like getting in those positions on a regular basis.
Oh, Doug tuning up the band. This super kick connects. Deep cover. And Majima grabbed the rope, but it wasn't quite in time. Here is your winner, Doug Ziggler. I think Gus saw the rope break, but it just wasn't quite fast enough. And Doug walking away with the win.
Yeah.
I think these guys...
I mean, look, he tried his best to get the rope. I'll give it. I'll just give it to him.
I think these guys are on their way to becoming new tag team champs, I gotta say. It was a hell of a fight from both men. And yeah, just to address Neil, the Deity Dogs have never been Wrestling is Silly tag champs. We've had a litany of teams.
Close.
They've gotten real close a few times. We've had a lot of good teams in the tag division. Fight Boy Friends are now on their second reign. The Sonic Generations have had 2 reigns. The Sports Center are the only other team to be tag team champions. And the Deity Dogs, I think it's their moment.
Yeah.
But now we are coming to our main event of the evening, and I will say, I scheduled this main event in the aftermath of Blood and Guts. I said Spider-Man Astarion Twitch title match. That was the scheduled match. That was what was supposed to happen. And then I realized that when you said Astarion is fired, you meant it.
Yeah.
So
well, I've got to get leverage somehow. All right, I don't know what you want from me.
So I approached Miles and I said, okay, Astarion's not welcome in Wrestling Silly anymore. Do you still want to put your Twitch title on the line against somebody? And he said, yeah, I need to redeem myself. I need to prove that I am, worthy of being on this roster, of being the Twitch champ. So I'm going to put it up against whoever thinks they deserve it. And I'm not going to tell you who thinks they deserve it and who signed the contract. I am going to let their music do the talking, because it is time for the main event. Twitch title, Spider-Man, against whom? Let's go to the ring and find out. Wrestling is Silly audience. Your main event this evening is for the Wrestling is Silly Twitch Championship. Here he is. But which one? Speaking of people that have never gained a title, the Unthinkable Horse thinks it is his time to hold
That's another
gold.
one that I can't believe has never held the title.
Never held a title. I think has only ever had one title shot against Colonel Sanders.
Wow.
Has never even attempted to go for gold before. But now it's horse time. And the crowd chanting the Unthinkable Horse chant that I love so much. But yeah, I genuinely think we might see new Twitch champion here in the Unthinkable Horse. I think now he's got gold in his sights. I don't think he can be stopped. And then there's Spidey. Not in your good graces at the minute, not in your good books.
No.
Kind of throw a spanner in a wrench in your plan.
Yes, he did.
I must say, how are you feeling about the confidence of your pitch now that you've seen the Darth Maul rules match?
I mean, if them's the rules, them's the rules, right? Like,
I think you could swing
I'll
around
have to follow him, won't I?
I think you could swing a sledgehammer real good.
Yeah, thank you.
First, your challenger from out of this world, weighing in at 500 pounds, Unthinkable Horse. And the champion from Queens, New York, weighing in at 206 pounds, Spider-Man. I think he's got to win for himself as much as he's got to win to keep the title. He knows he goofed. He knows he goofed. I think he needs to. I think in his head he's winning this for your respect, for the respect of the fans, and for his own self-respect.
Yeah, to be honest, you know, I'm annoyed, but I also respect the fact he is a kid. You know what I mean?
He's just a kid.
And Astarian's a fucking grown-ass man, so...
So is it safe to say you have more of a beef with Astarion than you do Spidey?
Yeah, I do. Like, I'm still annoyed because obviously that's never the way that you want a match to go. And it's one of those where, I mean, to be honest, you know, I think we all dropped the ball a little bit because we should have all had each other's backs and we didn't. And to be honest, I think that was actually a problem on both teams. But, you know, they were the ones that successfully capitalised on it, and we didn't. I think if the exact same match was run again, do you know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be pretty 50-50 on who actually won.
Yeah. I think it was
Because
a coin toss, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think either teams had that kind of level of coordination.
No.
I will say I think we were a bit better because I think we had 3.
Yeah, I think you and Wallace, you and Matt, and then...
Yeah.
I think
Whereas I think the other team only really had... I think their best sort of team dynamics would be Darth Maul and Rue, who undeniably work very well together. So I do think that we should have had the edge that we didn't end up capitalizing on. So like I'm not really mad at Spider-Man. It's more just it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was a high stakes match, high stakes situation, and a lot of curveballs in the blood and guts stipulation. But Spidey with an opportunity pin there, nearly getting a 3 count. But now Spidey really fighting from underneath. Where the Unthinkable Horse got a lot of offense in as you were talking. But he's, of course, Spidey, the superhero that he is, full of gumption, full of pep. But he's fought foes bigger than him. He's fought foes that are animalistic, but he has never fought a foe like the Unthinkable Horse. I think if you were to do Blood and Guts again, would you choose different partners?
I don't know if I would pick Spider-Man again, and maybe that's unfair. But we maybe should have when picking team members maybe more heavily vetted the team dynamics of the people we were inviting.
Yes.
So actually don't know whether I would say that I would not pick Spider-Man again, but I would expect us to do some kind of tag match to make sure that he had chemistry with at least one other person in the match that I don't feel was present.
No, that's true. I think he won the title and you all got very excited. But the swing 1-9 into the 630 senton.
He was someone that we'd had our eyes on, especially Matt. I know Matt.
Matt brought him in the first place.
His work, yeah. And
the Spider Splash. Wow.
Yeah.
Here is your winner, and still Wrestling is Silly Twitch champion, Spider-Man.
I mean, is that not, proof that the man is a talented wrestler? Unthinkable Horse is one of our better solo wrestlers. So
yeah,
I don't think
he's a legendary wrestler as the Unthinkable Horse, and I think Spidey really dug deep, wrestled from the fucking heart.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think that really does prove that the decision to add him was not without basis. Do you know what I mean? Like he is very talented and he's been on a bit of a tear. But sometimes really good solo wrestlers just does not translate to team matches very well.
That is true. It is true.
And I think, looking back, I think we now know that. He'd done some alright stuff with Spider-Gwen.
Yeah. He and Gwen were a good mix tag team.
But it's maybe that's because they had a closer sort of friendship, relationship type thing, So, going back now, I think I would do things differently. But I mean, it is what it is. Time marches forward. There's not much we can do about it.
Yep. And yeah, you have laid down that request, that challenge, that offer to Rue. Be interesting to see where that goes. I have also insisted we hear from the world champion Kiryu next week on the status of his world title. All that and more is coming next week, including the grand final of the Wrestling is Silly World Series, Peach versus Toph. Who will ascend to fight Amanda at the anniversary show in 2 weeks' time? All of that and more next week on Wrestling is Silly. If you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, you can do a few things. You can donate to our Ko-fi page that you've just seen on the chat. Ko-fi.com/wrestling is silly, where you can not only find cool shirts and a way to just give us a one-off tip, that you can also give us a monthly membership, a memberly monthship.
A memberly.
You can become a memberly. For £1 a month, you can get your name in the credits that you can see scrolling across the screen now. £5 a month gets you a special role in the Discord, exclusive discounts in that merch store, and of course that name in the credits. At the £10, you get to book your dream match of Wrestling is Silly. It can be a title match, it can be a tag match, it can be whatever you want. You can get on the mat for £15 a month. You get your image on the Wrestling is Silly canvas for all to see. Even if you want to emblazon a big Prime logo across the WrestleMania canvas, you can do that. And at our Getting Silly tier at £20 a month, you get to be on the show. You get to have a tag match with your favorite wrestler, walk out with your favorite wrestler, run out with your favorite wrestler. Huge shout out to Bude RPG at the £5 a month level and Ayakar at the £20 a month level. Big love to both of you and everything that you do. And if we hit our £100 a month target, we will unleash a Wrestling is Silly punchline upon you. A brand new show every Saturday on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@wrestlingissilly, where you can currently find all of the recorded shows, extra matches, recaps of ongoing feuds, chats with folks who help make the Wrestling is Silly happen, and all the more tangents between me and Zach. Ko-fi.com/wrestling is silly, where you can donate to help make that happen. We're a quarter of the way there at the minute. Please, if you have anything that you can give, we'd really appreciate it. Also, it really hurt to take Matt's name out of the credits, but that sucks. Yeah, that sucks. Any last words before we leave our lovely Wrestling is Silly galaxy in the arms of somebody else?
Nah, I think I'm good. I think I've said everything I want to say.
Yeah, said all you mean to say, done all you mean to do. How would you feel about raiding into Tiny T playing Dead by Daylight? That sounds fun. You ever played Dead by Daylight?
No.
Feels like the kind of thing that you'd be into. Bunch of horror movie villains, asymmetrical game. You get to be a killer and attack people. It's fun.
Nice.
I played it when it was free on Game Pass. I don't know if it's still free on Game Pass, but we're gonna raid into T, playing a bit of horror movie action. Please do join our Discord if you haven't already. You can see all of the cool shit that we do and buy our gay little pins at nerdyqueer.com. We are going to be putting the Yakuza pins up there soon. It's gonna be a real good time. There is your raid message. If you're not a sub, use any emotes you want, but just shout the words Queer Pirate Raid over at T once we get over there. I'm just gonna wait for the commercial break to end on my end before we raid in.